News, a Hamilton County Commissioner is questioning the hiring practices of District Attorney Neil Pinkston after it was revealed Pinkston married his chief of staff and then hired his chief of staff's brother. Channel 3 dug into state records to find discrepancies in titles and pay raises, and now DA Pinkston is defending his actions. Our Joy Dukes has been working on this story all day, and Joy is live in the studio with details and the DA's response.
Yeah, David, District 8 Commissioner Tim Boyd received an anonymous email just before Wednesday's budget meeting. So when Pinkston appeared before the commission to propose a 4% increase for county employees, Boyd raised a question that tonight the DA is responding to. Hamilton County District 8 Commissioner Tim Boyd is calling for transparency in the district attorney's office.
My question was, do any of your relatives receive county funds as payment?
Boyd tells Channel 3 he questioned District Attorney Neil Pinkston after receiving an email from an anonymous source, which Channel 3 has verified.
I received an anonymous email from apparently somebody in the DA's office explaining to me that he was married to his chief of staff and that his new brother-in-law is working as an investigator.
According to a Marion County marriage license obtained by Channel 3, Pinkston and his chief of staff, Melidia Kluhl, were married on November 30th of 2019. Just months prior, Kluhl was promoted from public information officer to chief of staff, receiving a substantial pay increase. After the marriage, Kluhl's brother, Kerry Kluhl, who was listed as the pastor who performed the ceremony, was hired as an investigator. Both were not listed in Pinkston's county budget proposal because they are considered state employees. According to state law, state employees cannot supervise relatives, but a spokesperson for the State Department of Human Resources says they can't enforce those rules in the DA's office. Boyd called it concerning.
They're playing favorites to line their own pockets. That gives me great concern. I guess the most concerning thing about this particular issue is the DA's office is going to lose a lot of credibility.
We made several attempts to contact Pinkston, Kluhl, and her brother.
At the tone, please record your message.
The communications director for the office issued a press release on behalf of Pinkston, who called Boyd's concerns a distraction, saying, quote, "I have done nothing wrong, and that includes my procedures for hiring or paying employees. It is surprising that Commissioner Tim Boyd isolated my office regarding relatives on staff when he failed to scrutinize the other county offices with similar situations. I can only surmise that this relates to his previous prosecution by my office for extortion. Prosecution that was dropped in 2020. Boyd says he simply raised a question.
I'm just asking anyone that works for the government at any level to be totally front and honest and straightforward with what they're doing with taxpayers' dollars.
And we also had some questions about the job titles in the DA's office. As we dug through records, we found that Melidia Kluhl, her brother, and Bruce Garner, Kluhl's successor, all carry different titles at the state level. And when we asked why, Garner responded saying if Pinkston wants to use a particular position for something else, that it's, quote, his prerogative. David?